All right, hello. Thank you so much for joining me today on the SportPad with Eugene Tabamangani. Today we are doing the F1 vlog. Yeah, it was the turn of the Belgian Grand Prix to come around, and after a 4-week long break, it was a welcome return to F1. Saturday was amazing. I think Ferrari would have thought that they would be on the podium, but unfortunately they didn't take pole. The rain came, and we all know when the rain comes, then Hamilton will get a win, will get pole position, and at the end of the day he took pole by 3 seconds. Come race day, another thing that we saw before we go to race day, the Force India, the new team called Force Racing Point Force India, also took their drivers took third and fourth, with Ocon taking third and Perez taking fourth place, or starting at fourth place rather. When race day came, the rain stood away. Then from the get-go, it was amazing. I think it proved us as to what we were missing in the last 4 weeks with Sebastian Vettel. He was outstanding. He made a pass over Lewis Hamilton down the straight. That was simply unbelievable. Even Lewis Hamilton himself came out and said that, he just made a pass as if I wasn't there, as if, I was just standing. And he wasn't happy about it, Lewis Hamilton. So at the end of the day, Vettel passed Lewis Hamilton on the first lap, went on to win the race. Lewis Hamilton finished second. Verstappen, I think he started sixth, made his way into third place. There was a big crash in the beginning, involving Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc, together with Nico Hülkenberg, who is the sole reason. I think he was also given a 10th place starting grid penalty for next weekend when you go to Monza. So he cleaned them out. It was Hülkenberg, it was Leclerc, it was Alonso as well that were cleaned out by that accident. And Ricciardo also had his own accident where he made contact with Kimi Räikkönen, that led to both of them ultimately retiring later on in the race. So it means that now we're having Lewis Hamilton, who now leads by only 17 points. That 24 points gap is now cut to 17. And to be honest, Ferrari are now looking really, really quick. And I share the worry. I can see why Lewis Hamilton is so worried with the pace that Ferrari are having. It's frightening. If you think about it, Ferrari should be leading both championships now. It's just that Sebastian Vettel hasn't been so consistent as Hamilton has been, and Vettel has made some stupid mistakes, which has led to Hamilton leading the race so far. If you go back to Germany, where he was almost alone, Sebastian Vettel, he threw away the win. He didn't take any points, and now we're seeing Hamilton leading him. If he would have taken a win that day, now he would be in the lead. So he came out and said, they came out and spoke. But Lewis Hamilton wasn't particularly happy, and he questioned the trick. He said Ferrari have made a trick. He has a suspicious sense of what Ferrari has done onto their car. Remember that both Ferrari and Mercedes had brought upgrades onto their cars, but it seems like the Mercedes upgrade was not good enough to that red arrow of Ferrari. So let's hear what Lewis Hamilton has to say.
When you start first and you finish second, it always hurts. So it's never not the case. But I mean, I gave everything I could today. I pushed as hard as I could, got as much as I could out the car, and it just didn't work, unfortunately. You look, when he came out of turn one, he had just the perfect gap between me. There's nothing I could do really about it. So it was a perfect gap for him to shake and bake, basically. And I mean, geez, when he came sailing past. I had no answer to it. So it's racing. No, I mean they've been quickest since Austria, really. I think going into Austria or just after Austria, and we don't really have an answer for them at the moment. So, and we've came here with a very, very good upgrade, and theirs is even better. How? I don't know, but so I need more power.
Okay, so that was Lewis Hamilton. So let's hear now from a jubilant Sebastian Vettel.
Well, I hope so. I think that's the biggest compliment you can give to our motoristi. Mercedes has dominated the power unit side for nearly 5 years. So I think it's great to see that we didn't give up as a team, and we hung in there. I think we had a big deficit years ago, and if now we are a match, that's great news. And they say we are far ahead, then that's a huge compliment. But if that means that I will go, let's say 90, I'll be very happy with 90 already. Sorry. I think it's a huge number. Obviously, they didn't have that many races a year, so maybe it's not entirely fair, but who doesn't know Alain Prost? So I don't want to think I don't want to continue that train of thought, but
All right, so as you can hear, he is happy. He is so happy, and I'm quite surprised at his happiness, because I think, of course, he wouldn't have liked Lewis Hamilton to have stretched the lead. So I think it was good for him that he was able to win, hence the jubilance. Now next week we are going down to Monza in Italy, where it is another race that has been dominated by Lewis Hamilton in the past few years. So we will have to see if whether Ferrari will still be the favorites, but they are looking very strong, particularly at races like this one and the one that they are going to at Monza, because those are races that are filled with long straights, and we have seen that Ferrari long straights, they are difficult to comprehend. So let's run through how they finished. So as I said, Sebastian Vettel was finished first. Hamilton finished second, ahead of Verstappen, who had a quiet drive alone. He was alone for a very long time. Valtteri Bottas was fourth. After starting at the back of the grid, he managed to survive, or to move away from those chaos at the beginning of the race. Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon closed up P5 and P6 for their new team, which is Racing Point Force India. Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen had a quiet race for one's liking, but it's good that they are consistently inside points for Haas. So Haas is doing really, really well, particularly with Renault that didn't score any points this race. We saw, as I said, that Hülkenberg didn't finish, and also Van Dorn finished outside the points. Not Van Dorn, sorry, Carlos Sainz. P9 went to Pierre Gasly, who is Red Bull bound next season, and then the last point went to Ferrari junior team driver Marcus Ericsson. So as I mentioned there, Daniel Ricciardo didn't finish, as well as Kimi Raikkonen, so they will be looking to make amends at this weekend's Grand Prix in Monza. So that's it from me today. Let's meet again next time around next weekend, when we'll be looking back at what happened at the Monza Grand Prix. But I tell you now, the way this race is going, or the way the season is going, we are likely to be seeing the winner of the championship in Abu Dhabi later on in the season. So thank you so much. Let's meet again next time. Bye bye.